Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. In today's video, the focus shifts to the enchanting world of rustic country landscapes and the creation of a stunning, vibrant garden filled with beautiful blooms. The foundation of a rustic landscape begins with the right location. Selecting a space that receives ample sunlight and has good drainage is essential for fostering a thriving garden. Picture an area where the sun kisses the earth, allowing flowers to bloom vibrantly while the gentle breeze carries the sweet sense of nature. This ideal setting can be the backdrop for a picturesque garden that embodies the essence of a countryside retreat. Embracing the rustic theme involves incorporating natural materials that resonate with the surrounding environment. Weathered wood, stone, and wrought iron can be beautifully integrated into the garden design. Consider using reclaimed wood for raised garden beds or trellises that support climbing vines. These elements not only provide structure and support for plants but also add character and warmth to the space. A charming wooden fence, adorned with climbing roses or morning glories, can create an inviting atmosphere that beckons visitors to explore. Color plays a significant role in the vibrancy of a garden. Choosing a palette that reflects the beauty of nature can enhance the overall aesthetic. Soft pastels, bright jewel tones, and earthy hues can all coexist harmoniously in a rustic garden. Flowers such as lavender, daisies, and sunflowers can provide pops of color while inviting pollinators into the space. Mixing annuals and perennials ensures a continuous display of blooms throughout the seasons, creating a stunning tapestry of colors that evolves as the year progresses. In incorporating flowers, consider the concept of layering. Taller plants, like delphiniums and hollyhocks, can form a stunning backdrop, while mid-height blooms such as coneflowers and black-eyed Susans can fill in the middle ground. Finally, low-growing plants like creeping thyme or pansies can create a lush foreground. This layering technique adds depth and dimension to the garden, drawing the eye and inviting exploration. The visual movement created by varying heights can transform an ordinary garden into an extraordinary landscape. Adding pathways can enhance both functionality and aesthetic appeal. Consider using natural stone, gravel, or mulch to create winding paths that lead visitors through the garden. These paths can guide the way to hidden nooks, cozy seating areas, or even a charming gazebo. The sound of crunching gravel underfoot can evoke a sense of nostalgia, transporting visitors to a simpler time spent wandering through a country garden. Incorporating rustic lanterns along the pathways can provide soft lighting, enhancing the enchanting atmosphere as the sun sets. Creating seating areas within the garden can provide inviting spots for relaxation and contemplation. Imagine a quaint bench nestled under a blooming arbor or a swing hanging from a sturdy tree branch. These cozy retreats offer opportunities to pause and appreciate the beauty of the surrounding flowers and greenery. Consider adding cushions in soft fabrics and cheerful patterns to enhance comfort and invite leisurely afternoons spent with a good book or enjoying the company of friends. Water features can elevate the tranquility of a rustic garden. The soothing sound of water can create a peaceful ambience, inviting relaxation and reflection. A small pond, bubbling fountain, or bird bath can serve as a focal point, attracting wildlife and enhancing the natural beauty of the space. Surrounding the water feature with flowering plants and soft grasses can create a harmonious environment where nature thrives. The gentle movement of water can also provide a cooling effect on warm summer days, making the garden an inviting retreat. Incorporating wildlife-friendly elements can enrich the garden's ecosystem. Planting native flowers and shrubs can attract butterflies, bees, and birds, vital to maintaining a balanced environment. A butterfly garden filled with nectar-rich blooms can create a vibrant display while supporting pollinators. Consider adding birdhouses or feeders to invite feathered friends into the space, enhancing the sense of life and activity within the garden. Engaging with nature in this way fosters a deeper appreciation for the beauty and complexity of the ecosystem. Sustainability can also be woven into the design of a rustic garden. Composting kitchen scraps and yard waste can enrich the soil, promoting healthy plant growth while reducing waste. Using rain barrels to collect runoff water can provide an eco-friendly irrigation source, ensuring that plants thrive without depleting local water resources. These practices not only benefit the garden but also contribute to a sense of responsibility toward the environment, allowing gardeners to cultivate beauty while preserving nature. As the seasons change, the garden can evolve in response to the shifting landscape. In spring, vibrant tulips and daffodils herald the arrival of warmer weather, while summer brings a lush explosion of color and fragrance. Autumn introduces rich hues of gold, orange, and red, as chrysanthemums and asters take center stage. Winter, though often seen as a dormant period, can offer its own beauty with evergreen arrangements and delicate frost on bare branches. This cyclical transformation ensures that the garden is a living entity, constantly changing and adapting throughout the year. Incorporating decorative elements can add personality and charm to the rustic garden. Hand-painted signs, whimsical sculptures, and vintage finds can serve as delightful accents that tell a story. A repurposed wheelbarrow filled with colorful blooms can become a charming focal point, while decorative birdhouses can add character and whimsy. These unique touches create a sense of individuality and reflect the gardener's personal style, inviting visitors to appreciate the creativity behind the design. The heart of a rustic garden lies in its ability to evoke a sense of nostalgia and tranquility. To achieve this, consider incorporating vintage elements that tell a story. Antique furniture, such as a weathered bench or a repurposed table, can serve as focal points, inviting guests to sit and immerse themselves in the garden's charm. Look for unique pieces at flea markets, estate sales, or even family heirlooms that can bring a touch of history to the space. These items not only add character but also create a warm and welcoming atmosphere that resonates with visitors. In addition to vintage furnishings, the use of rustic materials can significantly enhance the garden's appeal. Natural elements such as stone, wood, and metal can create a cohesive design that reflects the beauty of the countryside. For pathways, consider using flagstones or decomposed granite that blend seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. These materials not only provide functionality but also contribute to the overall aesthetic, creating a sense of continuity throughout the garden. Wooden arbors or trellises adorned with climbing plants can further enhance the rustic charm, serving as graceful entrances to different sections of the garden. A key aspect of designing a rustic garden is the thoughtful selection of plants that evoke the essence of the countryside. Native plants are an excellent choice, as they thrive in local conditions and support local wildlife. Consider incorporating wildflowers, such as black-eyed Susans or purple coneflowers, which add bursts of color while attracting pollinators. Herbs like thyme, rosemary, and sage can not only enhance the garden's fragrance but also serve practical culinary purposes. Combining these plants with ornamental grasses can create a layered effect that adds movement and texture, making the garden feel alive and vibrant. To further enhance the garden's visual appeal, consider incorporating seasonal blooms that provide continuous interest throughout the year. In spring, daffodils and tulips can herald the arrival of warmer weather, while summer brings a riot of colors with zinnias, dahlias, and sunflowers. Autumn offers the opportunity to showcase rich hues with chrysanthemums and ornamental cabbages. Even in winter, evergreen plants can provide structure and beauty, ensuring the garden remains visually appealing year-round. This careful selection of plants ensures that the rustic garden is a dynamic space that evolves with the changing seasons. In addition to plants, incorporating decorative features can enhance the rustic charm of the garden. Garden sculptures, rustic birdhouses, and handmade signs can serve as delightful accents that reflect personal style. Consider creating a designated area for garden art, where visitors can admire the creativity and craftsmanship of local artisans. These art pieces not only beautify the space but also create a sense of storytelling, inviting guests to engage with the garden on a deeper level. Engaging the senses is essential in creating a truly immersive garden experience. Incorporating fragrant plants, such as lavender, jasmine, or honeysuckle, can add delightful scents that linger in the air. The tactile experience of touching soft foliage, the visual delight of colorful blooms, and the auditory pleasure of rustling leaves or chirping birds can create a multisensory environment that captivates all who enter. Consider adding a sensory garden section, where plants are chosen for their textures, scents, and colors, inviting guests to fully engage with their surroundings. In addition to sensory experiences, incorporating edible plants can enhance the garden's functionality and beauty. A kitchen garden filled with herbs, vegetables, and fruits can provide fresh ingredients for meals while adding visual interest to the landscape. Consider using raised beds or container gardens to grow a variety of crops, maximizing space and accessibility. The act of harvesting fresh produce can be incredibly rewarding, connecting individuals to the rhythms of nature and the joys of gardening. For those interested in sustainability, incorporating eco-friendly practices into the garden design can enhance its appeal. Consider implementing composting systems to enrich the soil while reducing waste. Rainwater harvesting systems can provide irrigation while conserving water resources. Using organic gardening methods can promote a healthy ecosystem, ensuring that the garden thrives without the use of harmful chemicals. In addition to selecting native plants, implementing permaculture principles can enhance the garden's sustainability. Permaculture focuses on creating self-sustaining ecosystems that work in harmony with nature. Consider designing the garden layout to maximize sunlight and water flow. Planting taller species on the north side can provide shade for shorter plants, while implementing swales or rain gardens can help manage water runoff. This thoughtful approach not only preserves resources but also promotes biodiversity, creating a thriving environment for all living creatures. Integrating water conservation techniques can further enhance the garden's sustainability. Installing rain barrels to collect runoff from gutters can provide an eco-friendly irrigation source, reducing reliance on municipal water supplies. These barrels can be both functional and decorative, blending seamlessly into the rustic aesthetic by adding wooden or wrought iron accents. Using drip irrigation systems can also ensure that plants receive consistent moisture without wasting water, allowing for efficient and effective watering practices. Incorporating vertical gardening techniques can also maximize space and create striking visual displays. Vertical planters, trellises, and wall gardens can add dimension to the landscape while allowing for the growth of climbing plants, such as peas, beans, and flowering vines. These structures not only save space but also enhance air circulation, reducing the risk of pests and diseases. Vertical gardens can become living art installations, showcasing a variety of colors and textures that change with the seasons. The sensory experience of a rustic garden can be heightened by incorporating elements that engage the senses. Consider installing a small herb garden that invites visitors to touch and smell different herbs, such as basil, mint, and thyme. The tactile experience of brushing against soft leaves and the aromatic sense of fresh herbs can create a memorable experience. Adding a sensory pathway, lined with fragrant flowers and textured plants, can encourage exploration and invite guests to engage with the garden on a deeper level. The changing seasons provide endless inspiration for the rustic garden. Embracing seasonal decorations can create a dynamic atmosphere that reflects the rhythm of nature. In spring, bright blooms can be celebrated with cheerful decorations, while summer may call for vibrant colors and outdoor gatherings. Autumn invites the use of pumpkins, gourds, and other seasonal harvest decor, while winter can transform the garden into a magical wonderland with twinkling lights and evergreen arrangements. These seasonal touches can create an enchanting experience that encourages visitors to return throughout the year. Thank you for joining this exploration of rustic garden ideas.